everybody. Welcome out to TBC Plays Playing Night. What's going on, guys? I'm Hurrio. That's Morgoloth, and we're going to have some fun today. In the last video, we didn't really answer the question, and I kind of feel bad about that, but it's okay. The comments hooked us up. They answered the question for us, and we liked all your responses. Thanks for responding. Anyway, the discussion topic of this...
read them in between then and now.
Yeah, we totally did. Well, Morgoloth almost fucked up hardcore.
Holy shit.
Since we were recording this series in bulk, if we're spending too much time discussing these topics, we're sorry. Unless you're enjoying them, then we're not sorry. Just let us know in the comments if we're spending way too long.
Actually, we're not sorry anyways. So
it's up to you guys. If y'all want us to spend less time talking about it, we'll try. If y'all want us to spend the entire video talking about these topics, we will try. Anyway, today's topic is, what is the best old school console? The SNES or back? So answer in the comments if you want, and this will be a lot faster for us, I think. So what is the best old school console? The SNES being the most modern console that can be on this list.
Okay. You want me to answer first?
I'll let you go first because I know your answer.
What's my answer?
You're going to say the NES.
Yeah, I'm going to say the NES. Yes.
Why? Because you never owned a SNES.
I did not. But I liked the Genesis as well.
Yeah, the Genesis was pretty neat. So it's the Master System first time. I had a Master System. I was literally like the only person and my friends that owned one, but it's cool. It happens, I guess.
Ooh, a red diamond in there.
I think I've answered this before. It might have been a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. It might have been in a Stream of Terror way back when we did that every week. But
man, that's like forever ago.
Yeah, so my favorite old school console would be the SNES, and that's not because, you know, it's a stereotypical answer, but it's because it's the most fun I ever had on a gaming system ever. It just had so many great games on it, you know. You had not just A Link to the Past, but you had FF6, you had FF3 at the time for America. Whoa. That was interesting.
Yeah, it was.
Shit, I should check my timer, make sure we're not over 15 minutes already with me going on my SNES rant, but we're not.
You
like
just started
2.5 minutes, yeah. There's so many good games. You know, you have Super Metroid. Excuse me, fucking Super Smash TV. You ever play that? Holy shit, that was an awesome game.
Fuck. Wasn't that like an arcade game too?
It was an arcade game first, and then it became.
I
think Smash TV was on the NES, and Super Smash TV was on the SNES. And yes, I made you play it.
In the arcade, didn't you play wasn't like the two joysticks, and one controlled your movement, and the other controlled your
shooting
gun?
Yeah, that's how it is in the SNES version too. Your
Fuck.
D-pad controls you, and the face buttons control where you're shooting. It's actually a really neat game.
Yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of games like the SNES. I could just go on for days about how awesome it is. I mean, it was a sexy piece of technology. If you're into that kind of thing, I guess.
I mean, you probably are, because you're into sexual with all kinds of weird things, like a fucking Vaporeon and.
Vaporeon is a very pretty Pokemon. I'm sorry that you don't like him, but her. Constantine, fix that in editing. Vaporeon is a very pretty Pokemon. I'm sorry that you don't like him, but male Vaporeon are cute. Girls are gross. Thank you, Constantine.
You're welcome.
Whatever totes your goat.
Okay. Yeah, let's see. I'm thinking like fucking like even like a game that never should have been on the SNES. Fucking SimCity 2000. I think that was that. Wasn't that? Well, maybe not 2000, but there was a SimCity on the Super Nintendo, I think.
I think so too, because I actually remember playing that. I had a friend that had an SNES, and he had that game. Which, yeah. I mean, it's a fun game, but it's kind of odd to play it on a
console.
Yeah.
Period. I had a friend in middle school who kept going to Game Exchange trying to find shit. What was it? StarCraft on the N64, and I'm like, dude, it's so much better on PC, bro. But he for like 2 years, he kept going to Game Exchange every week until they finally had it, and he got it, and he played it for an hour, and like, I do not like the controls of this on the N64, and I'm like, okay. Anyway, long story short, the answer is the Super Nintendo of the old school console variety. But shit, I could go on for days about the Super Nintendo.
You could.
Anyway, that's Small Knight. He dead.
He's dead. I mean, he might be dead.
Maybe.
Oh, that's
we
bright.
have his essence.
Damn, that's
least.
fucking
Whoa,
bright. Whoa,
shit, that just blinded me a little bit.
I wasn't ready for that. I was too close. I was leaning into it.
The effects on the webcam, well, were quite mystifying. I think I might have had a seizure there for a second. Anyway, shit. So the Super Nintendo. I'm thinking of other games on the system that were just awesome. You know, you had FF2, which is FF4, which is still a fun game. I prefer the DS remake, I think, of FF4. But I prefer the SNES version of FF6 over any version of FF6 so far.
You're missing the sexual tension.
Am I?
Yes.
Right. I'll just read, not talk.
It's over now. It doesn't matter.
Okay. We're good then. Oh, doing science.
Science.
Shit, what else? On the SNES, you know, you had Super Mario World, which was like your groundbreaking game at the time. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, was pretty good too. I had this weird shooter up game with the shit. It wasn't the scope, but it was like a knockoff gun it came with.
Oh, the scope was really cool.
I did have a scope. The scope was awesome.
Yeah.
It was really weird. Like, you didn't shoot the trigger to shoot. You pushed the button on top of it to shoot.
I only played like once with it, I think.
Yeah.
And of course, I didn't have a Super Nintendo. So
I totally forgot. Fucking
else's.
Super Mario Kart, the original Super Mario Kart, fucking awesome. You know. Sorry, I'm nerd guessing over the SNES right now.
I got a new burst here, so now when I do this, I do that.
Interesting.
I make an explosion there at the beginning, or I do something different. Fuck, I don't even fucking know what's different.
Well, fuck, like Super Contra, was that on SNES or? That's the Super in its name?
No, it wasn't.
There's a Contra
it was actually
3 or
on
something.
NES.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because I always got confused about that. Was it Contra 3?
It was Super
that was the first
C.
Contra? Super C? There you go.
It was Contra. There's Contra, but then there's Super C.
Okay.
Let's see.
Okay.
Can I afford all the rest of these? I'm just going to buy as much as I can here. Yes.
Okay. There was a Contra on the Super Nintendo, though.
I think so.
Whatever. Moving on to other game series.
Yep.
Contra was pretty fun. Hard as balls, but Konami code and whatnot. 2 up, 2 down, left, right, BA start.
Yep.
What's going on?
Oh,
now?
he only gives them to you once? Oh, he only gives you the potions one time.
One time ever?
Apparently
That's fucking
so.
pointless. Fucking pointless.
I guess so.
Damn it,
all right,
Moroth.
well, I'll just buy the potions. I mean, I guess
Okay.
I didn't necessarily need to. I could have kept them and waited.
Yeah. So that's
Shit.
you know, there's a whole bunch of games on the SNES and they're just really imaginative games.
Did I not?
The NES, on the other hand, the reason that I'm not as partial to the NES as Morgoloth is Morgoloth's a little bit older than me, a couple years older than me, so he grew up, you know, with his own personal gaming console being the NES. My personal gaming console was the Genesis when I was a kid. Master System and then a Genesis. I was the Sega kid because my brother was the Nintendo kid. My brother didn't let me play the NES games. I got a Super Nintendo when I was like 8 for my birthday, and that's the reason I love the Super Nintendo. NES-wise, you know, The Legend of Zelda, I didn't really get to play it all that much when I was a young kid. I played Super Mario 1 a lot because my neighbor had it, and she really liked to play Super Mario Brothers 1. It was the only game she had, so it was the only game we played when we hung out.
And wow. And that was the thing, though. It was like common to, you know, oh, I've only got, you know, this game. I only have one game.
You trade games with your friends.
I mean, you know, now you think about, like, you've got, just about everybody has, like, 50 games, or, you know, oh, I've got I've got the CDs for these, but then I've got, you know, like 70 games downloaded on my system, and back then it was, you know.
Back then you had 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 games if you were lucky, if your parents were rich, and then you'd make friends at school, and you'd be like, all right, I will let you play my Super Mario Brothers if you let me play your Legend of Zelda for a week. You'd exchange on Monday, and you'd give them back the next Monday. Of course, we all had that fucking shitty friend who fucking stole our games. And yeah, renting games is always awesome. My parents were really cool when I was really young. They'd let us both, me and my brother, pick out one game. They made us play together because they weren't going to rent 2 games just so we'd, you know, both have a game. They made us play together, and I remember renting, I think it was the Batman and Robin game or Batman Forever or something for Genesis, which is awesome because usually we always ended up with a game for the SNES, which was in my brother's room, and my brother was a dick and always threw me out midway through the session. But this somehow we ended up renting a Genesis game, which was in my room. So we ended up having to play in my room. We sat there, and it's the stupid Batman game where you can't get past the first room without like pushing like a certain key sequence to get through, and yeah, we got stuck on it all weekend in that one room.
I don't think I've ever played that one.
So Genesis is partial to my heart. Vector Man was pretty fucking awesome.
Oh, Vector Man. Yeah.
Vector
Actually,
Man.
on my for the 360, I have a Genesis collection.
Yeah.
It's got like that, Altered Beast, like a bunch of different Golden Axe games. God, I don't remember what else. Hey, you talked about this in one of the other videos, and so here's the thing: I'm fighting these dudes.
Okay, and the lights turn off.
And the lights turn off, yeah.
Cool. So other, you know, like the Sonic games, I played the shit out of the Sonic games because when you have a Genesis, you know, like my collection started with Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah.
I played the ever-living fuck out of them.
Sonic
Probably
Spinball.
Sonic 2 and 3. Yeah, it's Sonic Spinball.
Or Pinball? Was it Pinball or Spinball?
Spinball. Which I love Sonic Spinball. I'm trying to think of other games I had. I just, you know, I'm drawing a blank. For the Sega Genesis, at least. Master System, I had boxing. I had a racing game. I think I had like a Galaga clone. It might have been Galaga for the Master System. I don't know.
I don't know what the difference is. What does the Master System look like?
It's this long box and pause buttons on the console itself.
Really?
It was the system before the Genesis.
Wow. I had the Genesis. I never had a Master System.
I had a Master System. I had 2 or 3. My grandma had one. She played Monopoly on it. It was like the only gaming console she ever played. She played Monopoly.
Nice.
And like I said, boxing was pretty fun. I had Double Dragon on the Master System, which was awesome. That's where I got my appreciation of Double Dragon. Which, speaking of franchises with more than one sequel, can I change my answer to Double Dragon?
Sure. I mean,
I was born into a family that had an Atari the day I was born, so I can honestly say I did own an Atari until I peed on it.
Yeah. I have played on a Commodore 64.
Yeah.
My stepdad had one.
Interesting. I had one.
It's really interesting when your media is stored on tapes.
Yep.
Like legit cassette tapes.
Yeah. I was trying to say I had one, but I didn't have one. My cousin had one, and it stayed at my grandma's house. So back in the day. Then it got moved up in the attic, and I didn't find it when I cleaned out my grandma's attic after she passed away. So shit. That would have been a nice story to have.
Or
I do own a Famicom, so I could say it's my favorite 8-bit system.
You could. I mean, is it?
I could.
Have you played any games on it?
Nope.
So I mean, whatever.
Somebody didn't give me the right chords, man.
Somebody didn't give you any chords. We got you the system. We didn't buy you chords.
Yeah,
we bought you the system.
Chords, dick. Did you just change colors?
What do you mean?
Or is it just the lighting in the room that made you look like maroon?
It was probably this little that thing, the jumpy thingy that did it. because I have a special.
Jumpy Jones.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm gonna keep my answers Super Nintendo, but there's been some. Can we bring up like the Game Boy Color, stuff like that? I had a lot of fun with the Game Boy. Link's Awakening, Pokemon Red, Blue, Gold and Silver, Yellow and Crystal. All those were pretty good. They were out before the Super Nintendo, I think. Well, the games weren't, but the console was. Maybe. I think maybe the Game Boy Color came out after the Super Nintendo, but the Game Boy for sure came out before the Super Nintendo. So it was out in 1989. Thank you.
1872.
Nintendo itself was founded in the 1800s.
Yeah, Nintendo's fucking old.
Yeah,
which is crazy when you hear that the first time. You're like, bullshit.
Yeah,
no
I know.
way.
Like I tried to make a podcast because I wanted people to send like little voice clips to me about their thoughts about Nintendo for their 123rd birthday, and that was years ago. I was trying to make a podcast and nobody did it, and it pissed me off. Like people sent me troll messages, and I'm like, oh, I wanted to make a cool little message to Nintendo to send to them with the little podcast type deal, and it didn't pan out. It was a cool thing, but I think they're 127 now.
Wow.
Whatever. Anyway, next time on TBC Plays, we're gonna have another discussion topic that takes up the whole video, maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Once again, if you would like us to stop talking about these topics for so long, let us know. We just enjoy talking about video games.
Yep.
And Ninja Sci-Fi is awesome, and he got us discussion topics. So thanks so much. Don't forget to stay awesome, and we'll
stay
see
sexy.
you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.